China will lose half of its population, and the consequences will be dire. The world viewed China as a superpower. Any day, it would overtake the US. The narrative was based on China's population. Almost 1/5 of all the people in the world lived there. The country had the largest young workforce. China is the world's biggest manufacturer. Its domestic market has attracted foreign investors. It seemed nothing could stop China's rise. But the population is shrinking. India has already overtaken China. Its working population will soon surpass China's. The reason is China's birth rates. They've dropped radically in the last 35 years. The blame is on the Chinese Communist Party. In the 1970s, they were concerned about overpopulation. The concerns came from Paul Ehrlich. He expressed it in his book, Population Bomb. Overpopulation would lead to a collapse of civilization. Authoritarian measures would prevent the catastrophe. So the CCP implemented the one-child policy. It enforced sterilizations. The number of abortions increased. The population stopped growing. This raised the share of the elderly. There are fewer children to take care of them. Their workplaces are empty. The workforce is shrinking more than in other countries. China doesn't use immigrant labor. It's impossible to obtain Chinese citizenship. Only 0.1% of Chinese people are immigrants. There's nothing to soften the decline in fertility. This means China's market potential will shrink as well. Population correlates with innovation. Fewer people means fewer potential entrepreneurs. But a shrinking workforce wouldn't just hurt China. Its domestic problems affect the world. It was clear during the pandemic. Lockdowns disrupted supply chains. This damaged the flow of trade and investment. The slowing Chinese economy would drag down global growth. The government has already made changes. The economy was export-oriented for decades. China bought raw materials. Then it shipped the final products. It produced 28% of the world's goods. But the focus shifted towards the domestic market. The shift is vital. The economy depends on the population. The CCP raised the limit to 2 children in 2016. In 2021, it abolished population control, but the fertility rate is still low. The policy has created a gender imbalance. Families preferred sons over daughters. Baby girls were abandoned or killed. Now, fewer women are available for marriage. Not all of them are willing to have a child. The costs of living and education are high. Many people have low wages and long working hours. It's difficult and expensive to raise a child. A village in Guangdong province made an announcement. It would pay permanent residents who have babies. They're promised more than $15,000 per child. China is counting on further growth. The Chinese have invested 70% of their wealth in it. In the US, that share is only 35%. Construction is a quarter of China's total output. China is building cities from scratch. It consumes half of all the concrete produced worldwide, but the result is 65 million empty apartments. Some places have offered subsidies for families. The Chinese youth reacted with a hashtag on Weibo. Loosely translated, it means, to encourage childbirth, you must first solve the worries of young people. The hashtag went viral.